thing to watch out for in the coming days.
Okay, so while the BJP seems to have at least for now settled on Yogi Adityanath, the Congress still uncertain whether to go into Punjab with Captain Amrinder as their face, or will it be Navjot Singh Sidhu or someone else? We'll wait and see how that story develops. Thanks Anand Patel for joining us with what's been happening. So it is a summer of discontent or a monsoon of discontent for the two major parties. Now, exploiting that could be a potential third front, because 21 politicians, prominent individuals from civil society gathered today at NCP leader Sharad Pawar's residence in the national capital. Even though the attendees are denying any political significance, the meeting, some see, is the beginning of a new political front, possibly to take on the BJP in the 2024 Lok Sabha polls. Take a look.
We must also express our gratitude to Sharad Pawar Sahab for the man with such stature and his busy time.
This meeting, held at Sharad Pawar's residence in Delhi on Tuesday, is the talk of the town. Several political leaders and civil society members gathered to discuss the political scenario in the country. The agenda, a non-BJP, non-Congress alliance.
And country is going to face lots of challenges.
Among the politicians, TMC leader Yashwant Sinha, former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah, former JDU leader Pawan Verma, CPI's Binoy Viswam, and Samajwadi Party leader Ghanshyam Tiwari were in attendance.
मंच का जो आइडियोलॉजी है और मंच का जो कार्यक्रम है, उसके तहत ये तय हुआ है कि पॉलिटिकल, इकोनॉमिक और सोशल वातावरण जो आज देश में बना है, उसको बेहतर बनाने के लिए, उसको ठीक करने के लिए राष्ट्र मंच का क्या रोल होगा.
The meeting comes 2 days after Pawar's 2 rounds of talks with poll strategist Prashant Kishore within the last 10 days. This is not the first time such an umbrella coalition is being cobbled together. Between 1996 and 1998, a united front government was formed with Deve Gowda as the Prime Minister, followed by I.K. Gujral. This government was supported by the Congress from outside. The experiment, however, will be tough to pull off this time. The opposition is fragmented like never before. Many regional parties like the Biju Janata Dal, YSR Congress, TRS have come to terms with the BJP government at the centre and might not join a new front.
While the leaders who stepped out of the Rashtra Manch meeting said that this was not a meeting of anti-BJP opposition political leaders, the fact that it was held at Mr. Sharad Pawar's residence is indicative of the fact that possibly Mr. Pawar is testing political waters ahead of the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. Very significantly, earlier this morning as well, when the NCP met at Mr. Pawar's residence, it was said that they were, of course, scoping out the role of the NCP in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections, of course, triggering a lot of speculation as to how Mr. Pawar could possibly be the glue for an anti-BJP front in 2024. With camera person Hitesh Polami Saha in Delhi for India Today.
Let's just focus on that. An intriguing question. The third front. Is it a non-starter now? An anti-BJP front without the Congress doomed to fail? Who will lead a third front? Is Mr. Pawar playing Pawar politics? Some of the questions we'll raise. Pawan Verma, former Rajya Sabha MP from the Janata Dal United, who was there at that meeting, and Javed Akhtar, who was also there as a representative from civil society, are joining me. Let's get it from both of you as to what was this meeting all about. Pawan Verma, is this about a third front, as is being suggested, a non-Congress, non-BJP front, or simply testing the waters to see what is the political mahal in the country?
Frankly, Rajdeep, I don't think this was about a third front. The Rashtra Manch is an open-ended discussion forum, not divorced from politics, but not part of mainstream politics, whose attempt is to focus on issues of current importance and analyze political developments as an input perhaps to other political parties, invite the representatives of political parties and public personalities for a discussion on these issues. To think that the Rashtra Manch was a precursor to planning a non-Congress, non-BJP third front is hype in the media. There can be no front against the BJP without the participation of the Congress. And the third front as a non-Congress, non-BJP formation is essentially not viable on the basis of electoral mathematics. So therefore, that was neither the remit nor the purpose of the meeting.
So then why meet at Sharad Pawar's residence? Is this to simply project Mr. Pawar as a future potential kingmaker? I mean, you could hold this munch at your house. You chose to hold it at the NCP leader's house.
Actually, we didn't choose to. A meeting of the Rashtramanch was to happen. Mr. Majid Menon of the NCP was active to organize it and mentioned it to Mr. Sharad Pawar. Mr. Sharad Pawar said he's in Delhi and would be happy to meet with the members of the National Forum and host it at his residence. Now, you will think this is not happenstance. And you will also link it with Prashant Kishore's meeting with Sharad Pawar and so on and so forth. I'm trying to say to you that while the meeting of the Rashtramanch was exceptionally useful on focusing on vital issues of today, such as price rise, unemployment, the attack on individual liberty and freedom of expression, on the erosion of institutions, on center-state relations, all of these were discussed in detail.
Okay.
And the decision was to involve as many representatives of political parties on these issues to make these issues and feed them into the political system, because these are issues which touch the common man and are important for the country.
Okay, it sounds to me, I'm sorry to sound cynical, it sounds to me like a talking shop at the moment, but you're free to dismiss that. But let Javed Akhtar respond also. Javed Akhtar, what were you doing at this munch gathering? Are you also seeing, is your aim to create an anti-Modi front? Let's be clear. The one thing that seems to unite all of those who are there at this meeting is that they do not believe that Mr. Modi is governing the country according to constitution values. That's what all of you have been saying publicly. Is that the one glue that binds you, anti-Modiism?
I think you are asking me to bite more than I can chew. Or make that mistake. By Mr. Majid Menon.
We are having some problem with your audio.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
So, yes, Mr. Majid Menon, who is a very prominent lawyer in Bombay, and I know him since quite some time. He called me and he invited me for this meeting. I must tell you that I was surprised, and I said that, you see, I don't belong to any political party. I'm not a member of any political party. I don't indulge in that kind of politics. So why are you calling me? So he said that this is not exactly a political platform because it doesn't belong to any party. I'm from one party, some people are from the party, the other person from just another party. And we want to call some people from civil society who are not affiliated or committed to any political party, and we want to concerned citizens, thinking citizens, they should give their opinion about the present situation.
Sir, you're not answering my question. I asked you a simple question. Is this platform you believe about anti-Modism? How do you build a challenge to Mr. Modi? How do you build a challenge to Mr. Modi in 2024?
No, I with all emphasis at my disposal, I'll say no. Because this is a negative thinking that you start making something or developing something anti somebody. There is nothing positive about it nowadays. Actually, positive has not ceased to be positive. But forget Corona. You have to think positively in life. You have to have, if you are unhappy with the present situation, whether it is freedom of expression or the farmers or the students or employment and so on and so forth. It is not enough to oppose somebody. That should be the last thing to happen. What is your program? That is what I said there also. That what is your ideology? What you people think should be instead of thinking what should not be. So, as a matter of fact, there was nothing in this meeting. Two things were not mentioned. One, any statement which was anti Mr. Modi. Another, this term third front, I did not hear. Maybe.
So you didn't
I
hear the
missed it,
word
but
third front.
nobody
You did
mentioned.
not refer to Modiism. You spoke
Nobody
about
mentioned.
issues. You spoke about issues and a
And
program.
that is
You didn't
what
speak
when they
about
asked
the.
me.
You didn't speak about the absence of an alternative leadership.
No, leadership, I said the leadership is the last end of the pyramid. The bottom is the ideology, the clear-cut thinking. What should be the image of India? What kind of India we want to see, we would like to see. So this is the first thing. And then this pyramid grows and reaches its top. And that tip is the leader. The leader is the manifestation of an ideology. Every popular leader in the world is not popular because of his looks.
No. So what is
He
this
popular
ideology?
because he is the
Javed
person-
Akhtar, what is this ideology that brought you all together? You say it is not
Nothing.
anti-Modi.
No.
So what is the ideology that brought you all together?
Again, you want to believe what you want to believe. I'm not willing to accept me, fine. I mean,
No. What is the ideology that brought you all together, I am saying? What is the common
that
scheme?
is what I pointed out. That is, you are putting the cart before the horse. That is what I pointed out, that maybe because of different reasons, you people are discontent. Maybe some because of the farmers, because of this, because of that, because of the prices, because of economy, whatever. But you can only function and you can be only effective if you have a coherent ideology. Instead of thinking that leader is good and that leader will be better. Don't talk about leaders.
Okay.
Don't talk about personality. Talk about the ideology. Talk about what is the concept of India in your mind. Maybe different people have different minds. I think it is the first meeting of this kind, and the first time they have called these people.
So
Everybody was perhaps testing the waters that where we can go.
Okay,
There was nothing concrete.
That's an interesting word you use. This was a meeting for testing the water. So I'm going to ask both of you in conclusion. You first, Pawan Verma, what is this ideology? Javed Akhtar is saying this meeting was to try and find a common ideology which...
No, I'm not saying it. Don't put words in my mind.
Okay, what are you saying?
No, I said I suggested this.
You suggested it. Okay.
You have to have a clear-cut consensus of what kind of India you want to see. There are different people.
So
from
your
different
idea of
parties.
India, you're saying there should be a clear-cut idea of India which you suggested to this group. Pawan Verma, is this about idea of India? That's why I said this seems to be a talking shop then. A political party cannot become about idea of India. Political party has to fight elections.
No, if you equate politics only with activism on the street and on the ground, then your equation of the Rashtramanch with the talking shop is accurate. But please judge the Rashtramanch from the mandate with which it was constituted. Secondly, the ideology stemmed from a deep level of discontent voiced by all the participants, even anguish at the current state of affairs in many areas. And the question was, how do you counter that, not merely by negativity, but by a positive agenda which would serve the purposes of forming a coherent opposition to those who are perpetuating these policies. Now, it did not amount to a third front. It was not non-Congress. Congress was invited. It's attended in the past.
No, so why
Manish
did it attend?
Tiwari,
That's the
Renuka
intriguing
Chaudhary.
question. Pawan Verma, we were told that an invitation was sent to Manish Tiwari of the Congress. He didn't.
Yes.
He didn't come for the meeting. So why is it that the Congress stayed away?
Now, that is a question for the Congress to answer. I want to clarify that as far as the Rashtramanch is concerned,
Yes.
we invited the Congress. The Congress has officially attended in the past. And the attempt is not, I already said that it's not viable to form any front against the BJP while omitting the Congress. The electoral maths don't bear it out.
Right.
Therefore, the Congress was invited. The Congress, either by by chance or by conscious decision, did not attend. But our attempt to involve as many political parties who make common cause with the issues that we have raised will continue to widen the purview of both the membership of the Rashtramanch and the issues that we continue to take up.
Okay.
So in that sense, it served the purpose of the Manch, even though politically you may consider it a talking shop.
Let me ask you therefore, Javed Akhtar Sahab, do you believe that this common idea of India can be evolved through our political parties, or is it civil society that has to play the greater role at the moment? Do you have any faith in our political parties to play the role of evolving this idea of India at the moment, given the compromises that are made?
It is not either or. Civil society comes from civil society. I think people, politicians who have an ear to the ground listen to it, and they adhere to a great extent. But that is what I feel, that it is the time when civil society should be sensitized, and they should understand, they should think, they should imagine, they should discuss that what should be the future of India, what kind of an India we would like to see here after 5 years or 10 years or 15 years. So this is an issue which is not the complete monopoly of politicians. I think every thinking Indian would have an idea or opinion about it, and that is necessary.
Okay.
So society has to think, and society and the whole nation has to think that what is their goal, what is their image of India, and how they can achieve it.
Sir,
then political parties can take it from us.
Sir, I know that you don't like me saying this, but I will still ask you. At the end of the day, the one thing that binds all of you is an element of anti-Modiism or anti-BJPism or anti-Hindutva
If you had
politics.
decided, I don't know why you needed this discussion.
No,
You
because-
were very clear about your idea.
No, because...
You see, you are so sure.
Okay.
I admire you. I wish I would have been sure of anything in my life like you.
Chaliye? Okay.
Wonderful.
Okay.
No, I appreciate you.
No, Javed
Well,
Saab,
next
I
time-
respect your idea of
Well, you
India.
should-
I just
You
wonder
speak
whether...
alone. Why do you need people when you know the bottom line?
Okay.
Why should you call people?
Sir, I am asking you, what is it that
you are
binds
not
your...
asking me, you are telling me.
No, I'm not.
The problem is that you
I'm
are telling
asking
me.
you what binds you all
Nowadays,
together.
People on TV don't ask, tell. You come with preconceived
I am
notions.
asking you again.
What is interesting for your TRP, you will stick to that.
Okay.
Now, please believe me, nobody spoke anything against Mr. Modi.
Okay.
Now, you will not believe it.
No, I
Because
believe
it
it.
doesn't suit you.
But
No.
we did talk about the policies of the government, which many
Yes.
of which we oppose.
Not about the person. He was
Okay.
not mentioned. They were talking about the government. They were talking about the policy. But it is not sexy. You want your agenda.
Okay. I will leave
Right.
it there. I will leave it